The classics when it comes to high-end pieces. I'm sure we all have our own versions of what those might be. These are the ones that I think of that I will never buy. Never say never, but for now, let's say never. Hello, 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 and the warmest of welcomes to today's video. For those of you who haven't seen my face before, hi, I'm Nick, glad to have you here. Those who have seen my face before, thank you so much for joining me again. Hope you enjoy my videos. I put out videos roughly 2 to 3 times a week on a range of different topics, anywhere from fashion, slightly more personal topics. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, please do head down, hit subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. I love chatting with you all. I'm all about living life loud, and what that means to me is being your authentic self, being proud to be you, and just celebrating who you are. Celebrating yourself, and of course, celebrating others. So, little Miss has decided to join us. Let's see how long she stays. It was nice for you to join for the whole Longchamp unboxing. I think people liked seeing you. Yes. What you doing? Have a little scratchy scratch? Okay, so what are we talking about today? I'm going to talk to you about classic luxury pieces that are very, very popular that I'm just not sure I'll ever own. And it's not because they're not nice pieces. It's just when you think about where you want to put your money, and also when you think about your own personal style, these are ones for me that, as much as I sometimes toy with the idea, I just can't see it happening. But anyway, quickly, bag of the day for me was my Longchamp Essential Tote in the large size, in the ecru with the strawberry trim. This has been a great bag for me. It didn't feature in my best buys video, but it was definitely, most definitely a sort of an up there piece. It also wasn't my honourable mention, but it's still a really great bag. So anyway, that's this one. I really love it. It carries so much stuff. I mean, it's got water and laptop and iPad and cards and a big box of poo bags that I bought from Pets at Home. You know, all of that good stuff. So, you know, it's a workhorse bag, that's for sure. That's for sure. I was going to potentially take that instead of my Versace when I went to the UAE. Decided to take the Versace, glad I did, but that would have also been a great piece. So, the classic pieces that I'm not sure if I will ever buy them. And of course, you know, we can never say never. I think whenever you say never to something, that's normally when it tends to end up happening. But let's go through them and let's see what you think. You know, are these pieces that you own? Are these pieces you would recommend? Are there pieces that you think I should think about owning? Tell me. The first one, and this is one that I go back and forth on, and it's funny because I've just done a 180 since my sort of pre-loved wish list that I did a few months ago. And this is the Lady Dior. Now, I love the Lady Dior. I would love to own a Lady Dior. But when I come to think about, for the money of a Lady Dior, and I'm talking probably pre-loved because the colours are more interesting to me. I love the fact that you can get them in patent and interesting textiles on the pre-loved market. When I think about the Lady Dior pre-loved, and it's a couple of £1,000s for the larger size, is that where I want to put that amount of money? No. No. It's, even out of bag options, it's probably not where I want to spend that money, because I would rather, when it comes down to it, I think I would rather have something like a Celine Phantom and a Gucci off the grid big tote bag, sort of, you know, that Rive Gauche book tote style bag for not dissimilar money, probably a little bit less. That's what I always end up weighing up. And that's where I get to with the Lady Dior. Beautiful, love it. I would only be interested in the larger size. The smaller sizes I think are beautiful. Love seeing other individuals with them, styling them, making the most of them. The large size would be the only one I would consider. But when it really comes down to it and making a purchase decision, it's never the one that I'm leaning towards or gravitating towards. So I just don't know if that will ever happen. It's probably one that maybe if circumstances change and I just end up with this pot of money that I'm like, oh, I can do something, you know, that feels more frivolous, I mean, a lot of this stuff is frivolous, but more frivolous because it's not that high up on my list, then maybe. But for now, I don't see it happening. Okay, if the camera angle's just gone slightly off, I apologise. The cat just ran into the tripod. She is okay. She is sat looking at me. Was that you trying to get my attention? Come here. Ooh, come here. Are you trying to get my attention? Are you? Are you? Hey, cutie. Mwah. Love you. Okay, the next piece I don't think I will ever buy, and this is such a popular one, is a Neverfull. Now, don't get me wrong. I like seeing a Neverfull. I don't doubt that it's a great bag. I have a Longchamp Rousseau tote in a similar size to a GM Neverfull. Love it. So in terms of the bag style, the size, etc., would a GM Neverfull work for me? Hands down, yes, it would. However, I just don't love them. It's not because of how popular they are. That doesn't matter to me. I am not in love with the monogram. I am not in love with the damier azur. I am not in love with the damier ebene. They are not that interesting to me. The leather versions are nice, but you start to creep up in price. And when I've got that Longchamp tote that I absolutely love, and then I have a bag like this, which this is probably more like an MM size of Neverfull, these do everything I want and I love them. I think they're beautiful. So I think it's more one that, as much as I like the bag, it again isn't where I want to put my money. So I can't see myself owning one because I feel like I've got the base covered with pieces that objectively, visually, I probably prefer. Similar reasoning, a Keepall. Any of the sizes, probably. Reason being, I've got the base covered with other pieces that I love. I have my Longchamp travel bag, which I really love. I have the quite sort of kitsch London version that I absolutely love. I bought that last year. There are other travel bags that I see come up. I also saw someone when I was on the flight back from Dubai with a beautiful Gucci travel bag, a Gucci duffel bag. Loved it, thought it was stunning, absolutely stunning. So I was there thinking, would I go for a Keepall? No, I would go for that Gucci. I've already said before, I prefer the Gucci canvas. Now, I did like the Colourpop collection. I thought that was really, really nice. With particularly, I think there was the blue, there was the fuchsia with the monogram. I thought that was really nice, the orange. However, I would still probably see myself leaning towards something like the Gucci. I just prefer the canvas. So yeah, that's why I can't see myself buying a Keepall of any size at this point in time, or really at any point in time. Nice bag, just not for me. Chanel Classic Flap. The price. I love the Classic Flap. Love it. And there are many versions that I see pre-loved in bright pink. There has been a turquoise patent that is £4,200 that has haunted me because I love it. It's so beautiful. It's a maxi. It is turquoise patent, but it is £4,200. Now, don't get me wrong. I know that's not a bad price for it pre-loved. I understand that. But £4,200, that's just not where I'm at in my life. I don't know if that's ever where I'm going to be at in my life. If I liquidated many of the other bags that I had and said, you know what, that is my dream bag and I want to put all of my, money from selling 15 other bags into that, sure, fair enough, but it's not my dream. I would love to have one, but it is not my dream bag, and it would not be used enough for me to replace the Pradas, the Mulberries, the Gucci that I have, the Celine, the Longchamps, the Kurt Geigers, it wouldn't be used enough. I'm a volume player, and this would be a great addition to my existing rotation, but in order to acquire it, I would have to give up a lot of that rotation. I'm not interested in doing that. So it's a beautiful piece. I would definitely never see myself buying one new, even if I had. If someone gave me £9,000, £10,000 and said, Nick, this is for you to walk into Chanel and buy a maxi jumbo classic flap, I would really, really struggle to go in there and hand that money over. Because I would be thinking the things I could do with this money instead. Even if someone gave it to me with that exact purpose and said, this is just for that, go and enjoy it, I would be looking, thinking, oh my goodness, really? really, and I would need such a specific version of the classic flap. I would also love one in white. I think they're really beautiful. White with silver hardware would be incredible. But could you imagine, I'm not one who worries about the wear and tear of bags, but could you imagine scratching that or getting a mark on that? I'd melt into a puddle. I would melt like the Wicked Witch of the West. I would. I'd be in a ball on the floor. And I'm someone who doesn't really give a bleep about getting the odd scratch on their bag, the odd mark. It's all good to me. That I would probably cry. Anyway, there is that one. Next up, let's talk about another bag. There are a couple of other items. We are talking the Loewe puzzle bag. Love it on other people. Tried one on myself. Do not love it on me. Love some of the variations. Love some of the colours. Mary from the channel Loewe Level Up has just shown from her faux subscription the most gorgeous cool toned lilac mini puzzle. Oh my goodness, it's stunning. Poppy, do you mind? Thank you. It's stunning. Absolutely divine, delightful, gorgeous, beautiful. Now, would I go for a mini? No, I wouldn't. I would try, you know me, I would try and get the biggest version of that bag I possibly could. But I have tried it on, and for me, it's not dissimilar to the Mulberry Alexa in the fact that it's almost in between sizes that work for me. It's neither big enough nor small enough. The top handle doesn't work quite how I like a top handle to work. I don't really wear a crossbody. It would be very much like a Mulberry Alexa for me. And I own an Alexa. I love the print that I have mine in. I love the version I've got. I just don't love the bag style. It's an okay style for me, but I'm not in love with it. So this would fall into the same category. Love it on other people. Love it on a model. Love seeing an unboxing of it. Love seeing what fits, how to wear it, all of that good stuff. But when it comes to me handing across my credit card, it's a pass. But I see why people love it. I'm a long wallet lover, as you know. I'm a card holder, long wallet. Don't give me anything in the middle. I feel like the pocket organizer is that middle ground that I'm just not interested in getting involved in. I either want the card holder or I want the long wallet. And to be honest, these days, I want the long wallet. So a pocket organizer is not something you're going to find me using, particularly an LV one. I think they're lovely. I love seeing them. I think there are some gorgeous variations, but in terms of my life and how I would use one, it's not applicable. There's not a use case there for me. I've got the bases covered elsewhere. And to be honest, looking at the pocket organizers versus the card holders, let's say I was to go to Louis Vuitton, someone were to give me a gift card and say, right, buy a pocket organizer or a card holder. Visually, I much prefer the card holders. So I think that's definitely an item that is not going to feature for me. Another one from Louis Vuitton. It's not like I have a real thing against Louis Vuitton. I don't. But another one from Louis Vuitton would be the 6-ring key holder. I have a Longchamp 6-ring key holder. It is battered, but I love it. I've had it for, about 4 years. I keep talking about trying to replace it. I very nearly bought a Dolce & Gabbana one a couple of years ago. And I didn't because I had the Longchamp and I thought, I can always replace the Longchamp. And I couldn't. So I wish I'd bought the Dolce & Gabbana one. It was a good price, just to have as that backup. But to be honest, I'm clinging to that Longchamp one for as long as I can. It's now a 5-ring key holder, but I absolutely love it. Don't see the need to buy another. I really understand why people like the canvas ones. But as I've mentioned before, the LV canvas isn't my favorite. So it's not really that interesting to me. Would I buy another 6-ring key holder? Yes, I think I would, but I would always try to keep it at a much lower price point. I wouldn't really be interested in a Gucci one, Prada one. To be honest, if I had to pay full price for it, I wouldn't be paying for a Dolce & Gabbana one. Like, I would want something that probably was around the £50–60 price point. If Kurt Geiger did one, I would happily buy it. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. I don't need the luxury equivalent of it. That's my thought there. An absolute classic in the fashion world, the beige Burberry trench. Beautiful coat. Beautiful coat. Comes in many versions of beige. You can buy it in stone. You can buy it in warmer beiges, cooler beiges, darker browns. Like, there are some beautiful variations of this coat. Why would I not be interested? Beige is not my colour. It does not really go with my wardrobe. I have real difficulty styling it as much as I like it on other people. Also, I have a Burberry trench that I do not wear, and I have a beautiful and unique icy blue. It is gorgeous, and it always features in my least used items. Items I should think about selling. Do I have any intention of selling it? No, not really, because to be honest, it's one of those ones that I think at some point I'll wear it. But I'm very much at the moment in my like bright faux fur era, you know, so that's kind of where I'm at. And I can't believe I just said era. I hate it that everyone refers to everything at the moment as an era. And I cannot believe I just did that. Ugh. I'm not even going to edit it out though, because that is what happened. But that's annoying, Poppy. Why did I just say that? Anyway, doesn't matter. But for also the money, you know, they're over £1,000. Yes, they're classic. Yes, they're beautiful. But if you can't style it, why are you buying it? That would be the thing for me. I cannot style the trench. I can't style the one I've currently got. Why on earth would I buy another? And last but by no means least, this is a much broader category. Anything nylon from Prada. And this is nothing against Prada, because as you know, I'm loving Prada at the moment. I'm loving my top handle. I'm loving my clutch. There's a couple of pieces of Prada jewellery that I'm quite interested in. This is nothing against Prada. This is just because when it comes to nylon, nylon for me is a Longchamp material. If I want something nylon, I'm going to Longchamp. I love what they do. I love the price point that they do it for. Now, I know that the nylon from Prada is classic with the backpacks, and also you've got the re-editions and all of those pieces. But there is just something about nylon that I associate with another brand. And if I'm going to buy a backpack, I'm not going to spend £1,000 on the Prada variation. I'm going to Longchamp and I'm buying their version for a few hundred tops. So love that brand, love Prada too, but the association, that material is reserved for other pieces for me. In the same way, I don't really buy a lot of leather from Longchamp. I have the odd piece, but I don't have a huge amount of leather, because leather for me is, if I'm going for leather, I'm probably buying from Mulberry, or I'm looking at the pre-loved market. Like, different materials and different items you associate with different brands, or is that just me? I'm saying, you know, I'm saying that as though we all do it. I don't know, maybe that is just me. But, you know, patent leather shoes, I associate with Christian Louboutin, as an example. You know, fun heels, Sophia Webster. But that's just how I've been developing my collection, how I've been buying. So yeah, so that's where we're at there. So there we have it, everyone. Those are some classic pieces, some staple pieces that I'm not sure will ever feature in my collection. Let me know what you think. Do you have any pieces that, like me, you like, you appreciate, you understand, but you just can't ever see yourself handing over your credit card in order to be able to bring them into your collection? Let me know what you're thinking. Thank you so much as always for watching, and from me and Miss Poppy, we will see you in the next video. Say bye-bye.